What's up, everyone? Welcome back to After the Storm. Welcome back to the NHL 07 Dynasty Mode series. We are on to episode number 11 today, facing a very down in the dumps, struggling Atlanta Thrasher team. Previewed this on the last episode. If you haven't gone and checked that out, a fantastic game with the New York Islanders, a 4-3 overtime loss for our squad. However, no real complaints, a very good back and forth game there that ended up really just cementing kind of how good the NHL 07, just allowing the game to play itself has really been. It's been a lot better than 2005 where we tried this last time. 06 was kind of similar in terms of the AI programming and all that sort of stuff. So it's been pretty good. I've really enjoyed it so far. It's fun to commentate. It's fun to watch. We're getting different things happening in every single game. You are seeing the typical, okay, we can tell when the goal is going to kind of go in sort of stuff. And obviously there's some stuff that's unexplainable with the AI. But overall, it's been pretty good. Which brings us to this episode, number 11. And this is, by all means, a game that we must win. Atlanta is struggling mightily. They are not a good hockey team. They are a team we are staring at in the face of for, if we're going to go after players in this trade deadline. Again, Kovalchuk, Hossa are there. There are the two big names on the team right now of players maybe we end up targeting for this playoff run. Not a slam dunk guarantee. Again, I haven't had much experience, at least playing around with the trading system in this game. We did pretty well with the Kubina trade to start the mode off, but again, that's a whole different thing when you're trading for a superstar player. But we do have our draft picks in play, so there is a good chance that we might be able to land a very good, very talented player at this trade deadline. Our other storyline going into this one is Ryan Miller. He has not been great. He's playing in this game. However, we have to keep an eye on Ryan Miller going forward, because if he's just not up to snuff, again, his save percentage right now and his goals against are both worse than his backup, Martin Biron. We have to keep an eye on that, because if we do need to improve the goaltending position, Miller is going to either go to a backup role or he might be dealt. We're not sure yet, and we're not sure how much importance we're going to place on this goaltending. But for now, with the way his season has gone, it's not good enough. It does need to improve, but I think it would be unfair to not give him lots of runway, given how good we've started to, try and be that goalie. That's where we're at. Let's go ahead and jump into the preview of this game against the Atlanta Thrashers. 0-9-1 to start the season, dead last in the NHL. So as we can see, the win percentage column up at the top is not actually win percentage, because they don't have any wins on the season. It's clearly a points percentage thing. 5%. 5% of the time they are getting points in their games, which is not good. They have one overtime loss or shootout loss at this point of the season. Again, their 1.4 goals for per game is terrible. Their 3.2 against isn't horrible, so it means they're getting some decent goaltending. However, it's not enough when you're scoring 1.5 goals per game. That's ridiculous. They have 14 goals for in their first 10 games of the season. Not nearly good enough, especially when you have superstar players like Kovalchuk and Hossa. At least the offense should be there. The defense, on the other hand, is what I expect wouldn't be there in the goaltending as well. However, it's actually kind of inverse right now with Atlanta. They're not scoring. On our side, 75% points percentage, so 3 of every 4 games we are grabbing a point in right now. 5.4 goals for per game is very good. We don't believe that to be sustainable, though. The goals against is what needs to come down, rather. 3.9 is just way too much, especially for having a pretty good goaltender in Ryan Miller. Martin Biron in the games he has played has been much, much better. Again, it's really, we're getting into the season now. We're settling in. We're through most of October here. We have to kind of start assessing our roster and seeing where we're at. Which brings us to our goaltending matchup. Kari Lehtinen, 87, 2 stars across the board. On the other side, Ryan Miller getting a little bit of a bump at home. However, it's about the same story. 88 overall, 2 stars across the board. Not particularly good. or great or elite in any category for Ryan Miller, but he's been solid. Again, he's not been, his stats aren't going to reflect that in the game itself. Like an 880 save percentage is like elite right now. So we're not putting too much stock in the save percentage, but what we do need is the goals against to come down. We really do, and he needs to be backstopping us to much stronger starts and going from there. And lastly, in our preview, jumping to the team report section, as we can see, the Thrashers rather, coming off a loss to the Flyers 5-3 in their last game, 14 goals for, 32 against in their first 10 games of the season, 0-6 at home, 0-3-1 on the road. Just an absolute disaster of a start in Atlanta. Again, not uncommon for the Atlanta Thrashers at this point in time to be starting slow and not really even sniffing playoffs in a very easy, very, how do we put it, weak, maybe, I would say, Southeast Division at this point in time. Again, Carolina is the defending Stanley Cup champions, but they weren't good this season. They missed playoffs. Tampa Bay wasn't great this year either. They had to deal with the cap casualties of a new salary cap and everything like that coming in. And Washington wasn't great in this season either. So, again, Florida would be the other team, and they weren't good either. So this really was like Atlanta's division to take, and they have, not done so. One injury for the Thrashers, Andy Sutton on the defense is out with a bruised shin. Obviously, we don't put too much stock into what the injury description is, but he's just returning in December, so you assume that to be like a broken leg or something like that. But it is what it is. We just go with the flow. So that will do it for our preview portion, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 11 of the season against a very struggling, not very good, winless Atlanta Thrasher team. Let's go. Here we go, HSBC Arena in Buffalo. The Sabres returning from a road trip. Last game, a 4-3 loss in overtime to the New York Islanders, but they're looking to get themselves back on track and into the win column against the struggling Atlanta Thrasher team. We have Miller and Lettinen in the nets on either end for both squads. Here comes Kovalchuk. It's turned over, though, to Brian Campbell. Campbell dumping it in, ringing it around the boards. A Finnegan will race there, but DeVries will get there first. Here comes Marian Hossa, traded with Greg DeVries in exchange for Danny Healy to the Ottawa Senators. Backside, there's Vanek with a shot. Briere tries a tuck play. Briere back in front. Gets hit with the puck there. Oh, it's in his feet. He can't find it. There it is. Havlid, rather, tracked that puck down, and Briere's backhander went over the net. Thrashers started back up. Here comes Bobby Holik. Across the ice to Hossa. Kubina, the big body Czech defender. Stepping up on him. Here's Briere with a pass. Scores! And the top line strikes. A good passing play, and the speed of Danny Briere causing trouble for Greg DeVries on the back end. And he snipes that right to the side of the pad of Kari Lettinen to open up the scoring here tonight. Line change now after the goal. Here comes Derek Roy. Both teams changing their units. Coburn, the young defender, and a penalty upcoming, as it looks like a hold, it looks like a hold going to Derek Roy for pinning up Braden Coburn against the boards there as the puck had gone away. So Derek Roy heading to the box. First power play of the night goes to the Thrashers. Do have some firepower on this unit. Metropolitan on the draw. Jury's going to win that. Jury hooked down, and that will do it for the power play, but Spacek rips a shot, and that one gets blocked, and Braden Coburn, who drew the penalty against Derek Roy, is going to take one here. And he will put this game to 4-on-4 as he hooks down Chris Jury. Coach Bob Hartley, bench, none too pleased with his squad there, but 4-on-4. Briere shot just goes wide. Popovich, goal line. Briere going to actually beat out his man there and center to Finneganov, who put it over the net. Here's Briere again. Kozlov going to bring it back out, but it's turned back over. There's Campbell. Briere Turns quickly and fires that one on, and then steered it to the corner as the Thrashers come back. Glenn Metropolitan, he's got a step here. Glenn Metropolitan went to the back, and Miller read it. Briere and Afinogenov out. Two forwards, Briere, or Afinogenov rather, a shot. That one steered to the corner again by Lettinen, and Kozlov's got a break. He's in. Tries to go 5-hole, and again, Miller. Good save there. Kubina lifting that one back down to the Thrasher zone. Not enough for icing as McCarthy will bring it around the boards for his deep partner Popovich. Metropolitan and Kozlov bringing it back in. Kozlov below the goal line. Sidesteps that check. Popovich shot. Been blocked on the way through. Jury and Connolly out as a very short power play for Buffalo, and a clearing attempt by Atlanta will get all the way down the ice. Here comes Connolly. Odd start to the season here. Here's Jury. Shot blocker save by Lettinen. It's Coburn who's out of the box, bringing it back, and there's another penalty upcoming as we've a handful of calls here again, and Glenn Metropolitan, good shot there. A save by Miller, and Kalinin touches it up. Connolly going to go off for hooking. Yeah, just in the back of the play, just you're going to get that whistled almost all the time. And Lindy Ruff looking for an explanation on it. It's hard to defend that one. Chuck on the draw. Jury's going to win it. Power play unit out, a full 2 minutes. Thrashers, provided they don't negate their own power play like they did their first opportunity of the period. Here's Jochen Hecht. Ooh, nearly put that one over the glass. Spot check, though, collecting it and putting it down. Here's Jury. He's got the step. 1-on-3, sharp angle shot, easily handled by Lettinen. Kubina retrieving the puck. 40 seconds gone on this man advantage now. Jury in there for checking. Kozlov finds Kovalchuk. Back to Kovalchuk. Still with the puck shot. He hits the side of the net. He was tied up there and just got the shot away. 50 seconds to go in this power play. The speed of Buffalo on display early as Hecht skirts that check from DeVries and turns it over, but not before killing time on this power play. Bondra. That one's turned over, and Hecht is going to get there to the puck first. Hecht shot on, big blocker save, and he will retrieve the rebound himself, as really the speed of Buffalo has caused some issues for this big Atlanta Thrasher team early on in this game. Bobby Holik, former Ranger, former longtime New Jersey Devil. The penalty comes to an expiry. DeVries cycling it around. His D partner Coburn didn't read that one, and that one actually dribbled out in front of Kari Lettinen. Glenn Metropolitan back the other way. Here comes Holik. Holik, he's got a step. Oh, he lost the puck on the breakaway. Didn't get the shot away. 5 minutes to go in the first. 1-0 Buffalo. The goal from the captain, Danny Briere. DeVries behind the net. Plays it out to Bondra on the left wing. We'll bring it up. Cross ice to Metropolitan. And clean in there. Strips him of the puck. Finds it to Numanen. Connolly. Finds Gostad. Briere here. Connolly. To the penalty early in the period. Gostad shot. Big save. There's Lettinen and another backhander. That one easier to handle. Connolly, sharp angle. Exelby grabs the puck behind his own net as the Thrashers try to start a breakout, but they are having difficulties with the forecheck of Sabres. 3 minutes remaining in this first period. Here comes Tim Connolly again. Connolly working his way in. Briere shot low, and Lettinen makes the save. Connolly again retrieves the puck as this Atlanta team has just had awful luck trying to get this puck out, and there's a crossbar on the shot from Paul Gostad as he leaked into the slot unattended. An important period here for Kari Lehtinen in terms of keeping this game close. Miller at the other end hasn't had too much work. Couldn't play that one and just cover it. He didn't like what he saw. So we take a look at the snipe from the captain, Danny Briere, as his incredible start to the season continues on. 10 games in now. Kenzie in the draw. Finds VJ. It's turned over. The skill difference between these two clubs, very apparent. Letting in there, letting it out. Havlid. VJ. Stewart. Thrashers successfully break out and bring it into the Buffalo zone. McKenzie to the point. His D-man not there. Final seconds of the first. Jury with the puck there. Can't get the shot away, and that will do it for the first. A 1-0 score as we head into the first intermission. Captain Danny Briere with an early goal. That is our difference maker so far, but it is all Buffalo here in upstate New York. We'll be back with the second momentarily. Back here for the second period. Shots 12-2 in favor of the Sabres. No surprise there. Briere at the lone marker thus far. Briere back in, gets knocked down by the Thrasher defender. Kovalchuk bringing it back up the other way. Kovalchuk finds Hossa. Kovalchuk shot blocked by Kubina, and this will spring the Sabres back. Briere, Afinogenov played down below the goal line. Breeze retrieves. Kovalchuk finds Holik. Good stick by Kubina as the need for a right shot D as Kovalchuk gets the shot, and a third stop of the night for Miller is a big one. Leak dumping it in. Oh, that one nearly went on net. Hossa, Kovalchuk. Oh, and Briere. He's got a step. Briere in. Tried to play, and Kari Lehtinen there as that one's going to come over the line, and Kubina tried to bring it back in. Offside. Just 4 points to start the season for Mary and Hossa. Three minutes has gone by here in the second period. A shot there from Roy. Kozlov on the far wing. Kozlov finds Bondra. Metropolitan shot and a good pad stopped by Ryan Miller. Picks that one out. Second line of the Sabres back the other way. Roy trying to make a move. He does, and that one ends up in the nets. I'm not sure how that ended up there. Did he just tuck it in? Oh, jammed it right through the 5-hole. Look at that. Eric Roy making a move and jams that puck through the 5-hole of Kari Lehtinen to increase this lead to 2-0 for the Sabres. Kapanen back the other way. Here comes Steve Ruchin, the longtime vet. Backhander on, sharp angle, easy to handle for Ryan Miller. Spot check finds assistant captain Chris Jury. Couple fake dump-ins there and actually turned over. Now Kodalik. He had a goal in the Islander game, opened up the scoring. Turned over there. Mellenby shot. Captain Scott Mellenby. Chance there. Shot. Oh, another one in front as the Thrashers have come back after the second goal given up and created some chaos around Ryan Miller. The puck stays out. Here's Kodalik shot. Sharp. That heavy wrister of Halish Kodalik. This is problems for goaltenders. Good and fought off there as Miller jump on the puck that dribbles into him. 4 wins and 7 starts so far this season for Miller, but the numbers behind those games are definitely what described by the management and wanting to show improvement. Sabres turn that one back over. Anik will get there, finds a Afinogenov, and that one's offside as Briere entered the zone early. Take a look at a save there from Kari Lehtinen. He's done pretty well tonight, despite the defense in front of him. Roy winning the draw. Roy shot. Save there. Dumont again, another one, and Roy's going to be the first to the puck. To increase this lead to 2-0. Roy with it. Connolly, shot, blocked. Roy again, blocked in front by Steve McCarthy. Fantastic block to help out his goaltender. Kozlov in the neutral zone finds Metropolitan in, and had his stick checked at the last second. Easily turned over. There's Dumont. He's got to step in. Letting in right there to make the save. Kalinin finds Dumont halfway through this second period. Here's Connolly, a shot. Good pad save. Clearing attempt fails. Dumont in. Dumont in turns, fires a slap shot, but again blocked by McCarthy in a 2-on-1 forming for the Thrashers. Bondra turned it over. Good stick check by Kalinin. Connolly. Dumont back in front. Roy shot, looking for his second of the night, and a good blocker save. And Coburn clears the rebound. Just start it back up, trying to get through the neutral zone. They'll turn it over again as they've had so much difficulty just establishing a zone presence. Here's Roy in again. Oh, he went too far, lost the handle on the puck. There's Dumont scores. Tom Kula collective. Derek Roy loses the handle on his breakaway attempt. And the Sabres quickly stretch that puck back. Find JP Dumont in the slot. He'll make it a 3-0 game here midway through the second. Briere, chance there. Deaking still with it. Exelby ties him up. That's Havlid. Bad. Hossa. Get back the other way. Marian Hossa. Turning it over to Brian Campbell, who will just dump that one in. 7 to go here in the second. The Thrashers looking to get some momentum generated. Dumped around the boards by Holik and nobody there to retrieve. And that'll start the Sabres back. Finneganov in. Shot. Good chance. Oh, try to tuck it. Oh, another chance. Lettinen makes all 3 saves on Maxima Finneganov right in front. Final minutes of the second period now. 3-0 the score. Drury shot scores. Make it 4-0. Drury bumped off that one. Bit of a crowd in front, but Lettinen should have seen that one all the way. Clean shot beats Kari Lettinen, and the divide has become greater here between these two squads, and sort of the expectation of the matchup tonight. Here comes Drury coming back again. Drury into the corner against Kapanen. Kapanen, the speedster, will get that puck, but now it's turned over by Ruchin. Drury, as Lettinen was pulled after that 4th goal. And the backup now into the net for Atlanta. Back in front. Oh, Mellenby got that one, but he was bumped. Lost control of the puck. Here comes Kodalik. Back and forth go the Sabres, but they won't be able to get anything out of that play. Spot check behind the net. Lidman and Kodalik. Plays it up to Hesht as the breakout is easy for the Sabres. Drury. Hesht. Drury back in front. Here's Kodalik. Shot. Good pad save. 3:30 to go. That is going to go for an icing. A spot check touches it up. 4-0 the score. There's been a handful of plays. Scott Mellenby captaining this struggling Thrasher team. Briere winning the draw. Kubina, shot scores. Might have been tipped by Briere on the way in, but Briere looking straight to Pavel Kubina. The early season acquisition. The lead has now grown to 5-0, and the faces on the bench. Frustration setting in for this Thrasher team. Here winning the draw after the goal. Ruchin. Kapanen. It's a hit from Campbell. Loses the puck. Panic. In the corner goes Kapanen. race here. Kubina's going to win it. Brings it around the boards. Campbell there finds Vanek. Briere. Turned over by Exelby. Ruchin comes back the other way. Steve Ruchin. Brunelli in front. Oh, and a good poke check on the cross ice feed by Miller. Has stopped a goal here as we enter the final minute of the second period. 5-0 the score. Here's Briere. Shot. Big save again. That one, Hedberg is going to have to cover himself. Kubina. First goal of the season for Pavel Kubina. Looks like that one gets credited to the big Czech defender. Humanin off the draw. A penalty upcoming as Buffalo will go back to the power play. A high sticking minor going to Peter Bondra. A bad to worse situation for the Thrashers here as they're looking to maybe just escape this second frame. Briere wins the draw and plays it right back down to his own end on the kick. And that'll do it. Second period in the books. The Sabres score 4. Take a 5-0 lead into the third frame of this one. A very lopsided affair here in Buffalo. We'll be back with the third. Thrashers just mustering 7 shots through the first 2 periods. Buffalo opens up this third on the power play. Peter Bondra's high sticking on JP Dumont lands him in there for 2 minutes. Hesht against Leak. Hesht's going to win that one. Connolly enters the zone. Stood up by Coburn, and the puck gets brought in offside by Dumont. And Connolly, who's had a very good start to this season. Keep up that pace. Brought up to that second line, and he's been excellent there. Here's a Finneganov shot. He rings it way wide off the glass. He tried to pick that corner. Miller playing it back around the boards. Kovalchuk actually intercepts. Ruchin's shot, he goes way high. That one's going to come all the way out of the zone as Havlet has no choice but to play it back in and give up possession. Campbell finds a Finneganov up the wing. Briere, a Finneganov. Hooked. Ukal, puck skitters out of the zone. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Here comes Briere and Campbell. Campbell back in, shot off the post. That one up into the mesh. Nearly 6-0 off the feed. The offensively inclined Brian Campbell. Or Holik, rather, wins that one against Hesht. 30 seconds. Remains in the power play. Here comes Connolly. Connolly across to Dumont. That one is an easy as a 2-on-1 gets. Or 2-on-0, I should say. Connolly slide that one across, and Dumont finishing that one easily. Dumont's got his second of the game. Lead now increases to 6-0 with the power play marker. And lots of time left on the clock in this one. Faustad and Pominville, fourth line out for the Sabres. Pominville takes a hit. Goes to the corner. Metropolitan turns it back over. Back in front, there's Paille, a shot. Rebound went past Pominville, and Gostad with a shot. It goes wide. Kozlov in. He's got a break. Try to move, and Miller standing tall as Miller's workload in this game has not been much, to put it lightly. Hedberg's shot, big save off of Pominville. A little quiet in the building right now, but lots to cheer for tonight. Leak winning that draw. Panic. Chuck bringing it back in. His pass was intercepted by Ina. Breeze Hossa. Line out for Thrashers. It's a shot. That one rings wide and comes out of the zone. Gets past Havlid. Goes up the boards. Hossa finding a leak. Kovalchuk. Hossa back in front. Kovalchuk. Backhander. Nothing doing there. 12 minutes to go here in the third. Here's Briere again. Shot. Gets saved there by Hedberg. Leak. Kovalchuk. Gets saved by Miller. Steers it to the corner. Leak shot. There's Kovalchuk again. He picks up the rebound and Miller makes another save. Kubina lifting it all the way down and right onto Hedberg, who's going to have to play it back. Leak down, dumping it into the zone. Turned over. Kovalchuk. Backhander on. Saved by Miller. Leak again. Shot in. Hossa going to grab that rebound and break the shutout bid of Ryan Miller. It's the breakdown in the defensive zone by the Buffalo Sabres. Leads to first marker of the night for the Thrashers. All three guys getting in on that goal for the top line of the Thrashers. Tied up. Kozlov bringing it back. He's had some chances tonight. Kozlov in, scores. Vyacheslav Kozlov. You can hear some boos here in Buffalo. Again, it's been a theme of the season. Foot going off the gas pedal. It's only 6-2. But this one could get interesting. 9.5 to go here in the third. Here's Roy. Knocked down in the corner by Coburn. Connolly's shot. Roy's still working in there. McCarthy with it. Kozlov bringing it back into the zone. Bonder's got it. Bonder, McCarthy. Shot blocked. Kalinin got down to block that one. Derek Roy. Roy Connolly. Spins off. Finds Dumont. Shot. Hits the post. Handful of post hits tonight. And Glenn Metropolitan back the other way. Metropolitan in. And a penalty there. No penalty shots. As Ryan Miller, the goaltender, going for the poke check, is actually going to take the feed out from Glenn Metropolitan. Rare goaltender penalty, but Dort has swung open here for Atlanta to make this a close game. Here's Kovalchuk on the draw. He loses it. Kubina will dump it to the neutral zone. Havlid. Kovalchuk. Shot off the post. Long ways out. Here's Kovalchuk still. Fit Hesht. Going to clear it. He intercepts the Kovalchuk pass. Minute 30 to go on this power play. Jury gets there first. Backhander goes wide. Jury will again get to the puck first and score. That'll get the fans feeling good about the end of this one. This penalty kill. All Jury, a shorthanded marker, his second of the evening. Seven, 2. That one lifted down by Kalinin. 1 minute remains on the Atlanta power play. 5.5 to go in the game. Not anticipating any overtime tonight. Briere and Gostad, back and forth. Gostad, backhander over the net. So take a look at the Dumont goal from slick feed from Connolly. Final 5 to go here. Spot check dumping that one in. McCarthy will return back to grab it. Starts up for the Thrashers, looking to get another one. Here's Kovalchuk. Chuck. Body Russian sniper. Chuck Hossa. So trying to get his way to the net. Capino will strip the puck and fire it down. 10 seconds to go. That will likely do it for the Atlanta power play. Newman, who was serving penalty shot, or not the penalty shot, rather the penalty on Ryan Miller. Sosa gets in and he scores. Rebound given up by Miller. Hossa is going to easily put that one away. Despite being down 7-3, there's some good positivity coming from the bench of the Thrashers here, as in the last couple of games they've seemingly found a way to get pucks into the net. Now it's just about keeping pucks out of theirs. Dumont there, shot stopped by Hedberg. Dumont makes a move to the corner, it goes, and XLB will retrieve. Final minute here of the third. Helen be a shot. Saved by Miller. Kapanen. Here comes. Kalinin going to dump it down. Have enough for icing, and Derek Roy's going to get there first. Roy trying to step in front. He can't. Kapanen back the other way. Below the goal line. Fights with Kalinin. Kalinin will grab that puck and go. Eric Roy into the corner. Back to Dumont, and there's the hat trick. Sabres putting up an 8 spot here, and JP Dumont getting the hat trick tonight. Hedberg over the blocker's side, scoring the 5-goal lead for a third time tonight. Final 20 of the regulation of this game. Surprising third period here. Goals traded back and forth, with 3 put up by the Thrashers. And this one. That will do it. Sabres return home with an 8-3 win against the Atlanta Thrashers. And for the Thrashers, they extend their winless streak to start this season to 11. Leave you with the 3 stars of tonight's matchup. We'll see you on the next Sabres broadcast. All right, so coming out of that one, I wouldn't necessarily say we are totally enthralled with the victory, but overall a good, solid game. Lots of goals. JP Dumont gets a hat trick. Miller still 3 goals on 16 shots. I mean, it's not ideal, but let's maybe we'll let this one slide. We'll just let it be itself. again, it's just something where he didn't face a lot until the third period, and then he gives up 3. And so it looks like after this game, the Thrashers actually got into the win column as they got a win, and they actually got another overtime loss. So they got 3 points out of 4 after playing us. So I'm not sure if that was a game where they seemed to find some ground with their offense or something, but overall, overall, not our best night, but we get the win regardless. Taking a look at the standings now, again, a deadlock here, very tight to start. Again, Washington still really good. Still really good for the Washington Capitals. Carolina in there, Pittsburgh. Atlanta still, 4 points behind even a struggling Ranger team. Ottawa being kind of 500 here is surprising, I would say. But again, they're only 2 points back of Pittsburgh. They've just got the games in hand. Pittsburgh does. Take a look at the NHL as a whole. Colorado has now launched themselves into that top spot into the NHL. Again, it's surprising Washington's up here. I'm not going to lie. They're probably one of the worst teams at this point in time. 2007, I want to say they drafted. I'm actually not sure who they drafted in 07 because I think Backstrom was 06. But nevertheless, it's surprising to see Washington here because really they didn't really start being prominent until the following year. And I don't think they made playoffs until... Actually, I think they made playoffs in 08 because I recall the Flyers beating them in 7. Joffrey Lupul scored the OT series winner. It's a little surprising. I'll say that much. St. Louis down here not having a good season. Minnesota not having a good season. Even Dallas, a team you definitely don't anticipate struggling. At this point in time, they were pretty solid. They still have Modano, Zubov, Turco, all these players. For them to be struggling is a little concerning, but overall, really good start for us. 7-1-3. We've been maximizing the amount of points we can get. We just obviously want to continue improving our defensive game. We got some mail here. Again, there seems to be a trade around the league that happened. Monthly financials are pretty normal. Injuries around the league. Again, who are we playing next? I don't even know, actually. No, doesn't look like we have any yet. Anyway, trade Brooks Orpik for Dennis Grebishkov. So Pittsburgh and the Islanders making a trade. Grebishkov and Orpik. It's an interesting trade, I'll say that much. So Grebishkov is an 81, 22 years old. And then if we go to the Islanders, how is good's Orpik? Orpik is 82, but 26. So the Islanders took on the more experienced veteran player, but the Penguins actually making a smart move here. They had a defenseman with a lot of upside in Grebishkov, being only 22 and comparable to Orpik. It's actually very interesting for a team that's on the rise in Pittsburgh to actually kind of do that. That's quite interesting. So yeah, we have another. Is this second time we're playing Boston this year? So yeah, we're out of October here. We played Boston once before. We beat them 9-1. Holy crap! I forgot about that game. Kind of. I do recall playing Boston, but I don't recall beating the crap out of Boston. So, nevertheless, an exciting matchup again, as it's a divisional opponent here. So we obviously want to do pretty well here. But I mean, let's taking a look at some of our more recent games here. Even let's date back to the Philly game. 6 goals here. I think that was an overtime win. 4-3. I think that was an overtime loss, if I'm not mistaken. 9-1 against Boston. 8-4 against Montreal. 4-3 overtime loss against the Islanders. And that 8-3. So we've been putting up some goals in these recent games. We've had a handful of days off. We are going to go to the next 3 games. We're going to go to Miller for the Boston and Toronto ones here. And then the struggling Rangers squad, we will hand the net to Biron for that game. But two divisional opponents here. Let's go ahead and just put our number 1 in. Really let him. This will be his next big test. Really, these next 2 games. we should have a pretty good sense of what we're going to get out of Ryan Miller beyond this. So with all that in mind, let's go ahead and preview our next matchup against the Boston Bruins. Are sitting on the outside looking into the conference, but again, it's very tight. A win gets them into playoff position, I'm sure of it. Yeah, taking a look, their goaltending hasn't been great for Boston. 88s across the board at home, 87 for us. Again, two very comparable teams in terms of, you know, just our overalls and roster build. Again, our goals for is the biggest one, but we want to get that goals against down. We really do. We want to see Miller be a little bit better. Thomas against Miller here. Again, I think it's the similar matchup that we had earlier in the season, and we took it 9-1. Confident that we can get a win in this one again, but nothing's guaranteed. In team reports, Boston, as we mentioned, Atlanta. This is the team Atlanta ended up beating to get their first win of the season. So 3-2, Atlanta won against Boston in their last game. Boston so far at home, not doing well. On the road, however, they are doing pretty good, and I believe we are on the road. We're on the road this time. Yeah, we're in Boston. So Boston struggling at home. We are heading into Boston for this matchup against the Bruins. And as we saw, no injuries for the Bruins here. A full healthy squad going back in against into a divisional matchup again. Full health. This is a big prove-it game for us. Anyways, guys, that will wrap it up for episode number 11 in the books. A huge win, 8-3 against the Atlanta Thrashers. Again, a team we expected to win against. Not any sort of, you know, if we had lost that game, there would definitely be some cause for concern. But we didn't even get close in that one. It was our game from the start. Miller, we want to certainly see better from still. I thought that would be a good confidence builder game, but even then, 3 goals and 16 shots is not very good. But hopefully we still see some improvement before we have to start kind of questioning what we're doing with our goaltending. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button down below. Leave a comment on the video if you liked it today. Any observations, if you went back, or I shouldn't say went back. Did you grow up playing these games? Stuff like that. That's the reason why I do all this, to hear from you guys. And kind of share in a passion, because sometimes even right now I'm enjoying NHL 25, but it's not something where I'm like, it doesn't hit the same way as these old games used to. And I'm really excited when we get past the NHL 7 series will be going for quite a bit of time. But once we get past this, we are moving into that next generation of consoles, and when the gameplay really got focused to simulation, and that's where I really fell head over heels for the game. I loved these old games. 2003 probably remains my favorite in its arcadey style. When we got to the simulation-based stuff, the realism, all that sort of stuff, that's when the game really took off for me. And I'm really excited to get into 08 all the way through NHL 14 and probably Legacy Edition before I go away from that and we figure out what we're doing from there. But again, we're talking years down the line here. It's just fun to go back and play all these games and enjoy this nostalgia trip alongside you guys. So again, thank you so much. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, hit the notification bell so you guys can get these videos as soon as they upload to the channel. And as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.